And we are live, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies. Well, mostly just gentlemen. We are live, and this is episode number 10, I guess. I guess this is like my 10th live stream where I have an intentional guest. And I'm excited. Let's see if anybody's in the chat. Let's see comments. Jeff Coleman is early. You're number one, Jeff. What's up, guys? What's up? We got Jeff Coleman. Got the space texting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming in. We got Chris, my buddy Brett J. How's life, Brett? What's your boy up to? Is he conquering the world yet? That's one sharp kid you got, man. Let's see. We're getting ready. Yeah, he's trying to conquer the world. We got 3 people in here, 4 people in here. Boss Hog, what's up, brother? Caspers. Is it Caspers? Louis T, what's up, man? What's up, guys? Boss Hog is in the house. Louis T, Joe S, what's up? What are you guys up to tonight? So I'm going to say this a few times. So Thursdays is going to be my live stream. I'm going to do one every single Thursday, 8 o'clock Central Time, except next weekend. Next weekend, we have a different guest, and it'll be at 9 o'clock. But it's going to be a good guest. 3 Gun Champ, what's up, brother? Santiago, what's up? So yeah, so every Thursday I'm going to do a live stream. Mostly it's just because I miss doing it. I like hanging out with you guys and just shooting the bull. Yeah, you made it, Space. Nice. Man, I tell you what, if you guys didn't go to the event we had, it was pretty good. Boss Hog was there. He was tearing it up. So you gotta, if you guys don't make it out to at least one of these events, I don't know. They're a lot of fun. Jeff, you guys saw my 380 Max video. It was cool, man. That was the first time I've done like a real pistol review, and I was running out of time because I wanted to get it out yesterday, and my job has been, a lot. So I was running out of time, and I was running into like a little bit of technical difficulties with it. And it was all right. What was awesome? Did you like it? You like that? Did you guys like the 380 video? I thought it was all right. I wanted to make it, I wanted to church it up a little bit more. I mean, if you guys are going to spend your time watching me or watching me shoot or even listening to what I say, I really feel I owe it to you to do 100%. That video was like 95%. I wanted to do it a little bit better. I just ran out of time. I had to get it posted. Kanik, what's up, man? Benji. Oh, a call-in smash time. That was a lot of fun. We'll do that next time. That takes a little bit to get set up. That does take a little bit to get set up. Oh, you know what? We'll do that. So next Thursday, we're having Hank Strange on. Pretty excited about that. So next Thursday, we'll do a call-in show. That ought to be pretty cool. All right. Let's see. Who else is in here? All right. Let me see if Kyle's in the building. Kyle, are you in the building? Kyle's in the building. So I met this cat at the IV88 event, and it was pretty intimidating. It was my first time there. I didn't know anybody, and I'm just some no-name YouTuber, man. I don't have a lot of followers, and Kyle was probably first. I met Jared from God, what is that? Hold on. Let me get him in here. Let me add Kyle to the stream. His gear know-how. He has a great YouTube channel. I'll post his link up. There he is. What's up?
Hey, guys. What is happening?
Dude, not much. Hey, what is Jared's channel's name? I mean, it's so famous.
Oh, Jared.
Guns and Gear?
Guns and Gadgets.
Guns and Gadgets.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I met him, and then I saw you wandering around, and I'm like, "It was this
Yep.
guy." So it was cool. It was cool. Now that wasn't your first IV88 event, right?
No, no, actually, that was my second. Would have went last year, but it got canceled. So this is my second official one. Yeah.
Yeah, and you went when it was the Mudfest.
Yeah, Mudfest. Oh man, you had to bring your boots in that one. I swear, like we were like waterlogged for like a week. I think I'm still scraping mud off the back of the truck.
Man, I heard about it. I saw your video too, and I was like, man, honestly, I might have skipped that one. It looked brutal. It looked
It was.
brutal.
They were like just dropping like snacks and stuff for you. Like just enjoy it. Try to enjoy it. It was fun. It was crazy, but it was still a lot of fun though. It was before the whole ammo issue and all that. It was like plenty of ammo. It was a lot of fun.
Oh man, I can only imagine what that must have been like with. I don't know. It didn't seem to slow him down. I mean, we were shooting.
No, not at all. Yeah, it was a good time. I had a great time.
That mutant. I mean, I'm kind of embarrassed, but I shot it probably 20 times.
Yeah, yeah.
I got
They
a
just
little.
hey, just keep handing mags. Just keep handing. Come on, come on.
He's like, the guy was like on Sunday. He's like, you can shoot it as much as you want if you load your own mags. I'm like, that's a deal. Let's go.
No kidding. No kidding. Yeah. Now that thing was there the first year, so 2019. Let's see, fall 2019. That was there, and they already had over 100K through that barrel, or at least through the mutant. I don't know if they did a change of the barrel or whatnot, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they must have changed that barrel.
They have to. I was gonna say, there's no way.
Yeah,
7.62 will tear it up. Yeah.
All right. In the chat, we got Brandon, we got Finesse, Jeffrey. Guys, I just posted his link up. Make sure you click his channel and check it out after this live stream. Because sometimes they'll click off the live. I'm like, man, that's a bummer. And if you're in the chat,
stay.
Please push the thumbs up while you're in here. So this is I do these lives kind of just for shits and giggles. I just like to have a good time, you know, and I liked your channel. So when I met you, I was like, let me check this guy out. And I did a deep dive in your channel on the drive home because on my flight home, because I had hours and hours in the airport.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to take a 6:30 flight. We got on the plane. An hour later, we got off the plane. About noon, we got back on a new plane. And then we got off that plane because the weather in Houston was so bad, it kept getting delayed. And then about 6 o'clock, we got on another plane. Finally, thank God I only had carry-ons. And then we took off. And as we were landing into Houston, as soon as one of the wheels touched, he took right back off.
Oh, wow. That's weird.
Terrifying. Right out of a movie.
Dang.
Right out of a movie. So we circled twice, and then he came down and did it again. I was like, all right, man. I do logistics for a living. I know there's not that much gas in the tank. I mean, something's going on. So when he came back the third time, I was pretty religious. I was praying pretty hard. Ganesha, Jesus, Yahweh. I mean, I was Buddha. Anyone.
Now, was it just like rocking back and forth, or what do you think?
No, it was just raining so bad there was no visibility.
Visibility.
Yeah. That was rough. What are you drinking?
So today we're doing a little bit of vodka, a little bit of Tito's, and a little bit of Propel water.
You mean just water?
Just water. No, Propel water. Stay hydrated, my friends.
Yeah. I like that thermos. I got one too.
Yeah, no, dude, these things work really well. In fact, 2019, I was surprised the swag bag for range day was, they had some good stuff. 2019, they gave you one of the 32 ounces, one of these little range day on there. I should have brought it, honestly. It had like, they had the casino night kind of vibe to it. They had all like the eights and the Joker and all the cards on there. It was kind of cool.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know, Gear Know-How has had a channel for about, 8 years?
Oh, yeah.
And you
started way back.
You started with this red dot review, and you sounded like you were 12 in the review. I don't know how old you were. Yeah. But you were pretty young.
Probably. No, it was 10, like 8 years ago. Yeah. So it was probably, actually, I was living in Houston at the time, believe it or not, which was just like we were talking about. And yeah, actually, I had a bunch of coworkers. We moved to Texas for work, and I was like, met a bunch of coworkers new to the area, and I was like, what do you guys do for fun around here? They're like, well, we got crawfish, drink. Let's see, margaritas, tacos, crawfish, and shoot guns after work. Like, I like all of it. Let's figure it out. I hadn't had any much. I had some firearm experience back in the day, but yeah, Texas kind of really took off, and I ended up picking up a bunch of guns down there because Texas is just a great state.
Oh yeah.
And Yeah, so I ended up getting like my first AR down there, my first 9mm Beretta 92 FS, which I've done a bunch of reviews on, and that was real
God,
popular.
that's one gun
Love the
I've
N92
always
FS.
wanted. I've never got.
Yeah, it's a fun one. But I had a bunch of red dots back when red dots were, you had aim point, which was kind of top tier, and then you had like some like
Bushnell had one.
Bushnell had a cheap TRS 25, like
The
the cheap. That was
TRS
like the first
25.
budget one that started getting some notoriety, and then they had like a Strike Force or something by Vortex, I think. But it's kind of big. It looked kind of like an aim point. But then in the last 10 years, man, its technology has been crazy. Like
Yeah,
a lot of brands
honestly,
coming out.
I had this Pinty red dot, and I immediately dropped a rifle on top of it, and I dunked it underwater. I mean, it was $28 on Amazon. I've beaten this thing to death, and it still holds 0.
Yep.
And it's bananas. Some cheap China Mart piece of junk.
Hey, hold up. Technology's come a long ways.
It has. Now I just got a XDM Elite 9mm pistol with the red dot. Man, you got to almost learn how to shoot all over again with the red dot.
Oh, I know, because you're actually aiming. I actually just picked up a red dot myself probably a year ago for my CZ P10C, and I hadn't really done the whole handgun red dot thing. Figured try it out. Ended up picking up one of the Holosun like 507s or whatever it is, and yeah, I talked to those guys at SHOT Show last year. So I've been to SHOT Show before. Have you been to SHOT Show before?
No,
you got to go.
Oh fun. Yeah, trust me.
You got to go this year. You got to go. It's fun.
Well, the NRA show's in Houston. Are you coming to that?
When's that? September still?
September.
Yeah, because they pushed it out, right? It was supposed to be like April or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's gonna be madness.
Yeah.
It's gonna be madness. Fun. I might actually get a hotel next to the convention center. I just live 30 minutes north, but for sake of convenience and alcoholic driving, I don't live drunk driving distance away from the event. So I probably
Houston Convention Center was where I bought my Beretta 92 FS, believe it or not. That was and that place actually was one of the better gun shows that I would go to. They had like a monthly thing.
Yeah.
And from living all over the country and stuff and doing stuff for work here and there, Houston still had some of the best gun shows.
They do. I have a question for you. Have you ever been to the Tulsa Arms Show in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Nope. I heard good things, though. I hear it's big.
So let me tell you, I went there with a buddy of mine who's a dealer. And the George R. Brown, the Houston gun show is about 500 tables. This one's about 3,100 tables. I was literally running down these aisles for 2 days, and I couldn't see all the stuff. It was absolutely insane. The Tulsa Arms Show, the Wallmakers gun show, it is. If anybody's in Oklahoma or close to that, just go. I mean, there's a tank sitting outside. I mean, there's just you could buy anything you want there. It is. There was one aisle of just uppers on wood dolls. There had to have been 5,000 AR uppers just down this whole aisle. It was absolutely insane. I've never seen anything like that in my life. And the prices were super aggressive.
Yeah, I heard it was really good. I forget who was telling me. I think I don't know, one of the guys I know. He was talking about going there. He's like, honestly, it's such a good deal and it's so much fun. It's worth a trip. Honestly, he was saying 100%. It's almost worth a flight. Yeah,
100%, absolutely. I mean, there's so much competition there, and people are so hard up for a good show right now. I guarantee you this year is going to be packed. But the same thing with the NRA show. I think the NRA show is going to be bananas this year.
Yeah,
it's going to be a lot of fun.
And I've seen a lot of prices and a lot of availability coming up. Finally, prices going down, availability going up. So I think there'll be some cool stuff coming up pretty quick.
David Phillips in the chat says Tulsa's the Wallmaker. Yes, it is. If anybody's been in there, post in the chat if you've been to the Wallmaker gun show. Because when I went, that's Joe Dirt. No, but I was just blown away. I've never seen something like that before. It was absolutely bananas. So much stuff. It was just nuts. So where you're in North Carolina, right?
I am, yeah. I've been in North Carolina the last 5 or 6 years or so. But actually, I lived, like I said, in Houston. I lived in West Houston, out near actually, where Primary Arms is out there too now. I think Primary Arms is up there. Have you been at Primary Arms yet?
Yeah, I tried to just stop in and do a review, and appointment only. Now I don't think they even let people with appointments come in. I think it's
They
completely.
used to. They did a whole renovation. They had a whole like retail shop set up, and I think with everything going on, they kind of closed it down for a bit. But
Yeah,
they got some good stuff. I've met those guys a few times at SHOT Show and like for all the range days and stuff. They got some cool stuff.
I reached out to them a few times. No progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. You'll get there. They're coming out with so many cool things nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah, like I have this lower sitting here. I've had this complete lower for about a year and a half, and I want to do something with it, but I just don't know what. So I was going to actually go to that store and just stop in and get an upper or something, and then they're like, "Nope, appointments only, can't come in."
So after Houston, and I still have friends up in the Woodlands. So I don't know if that's about where you are, north of Houston there, but
5 minutes
I've been meaning to go back there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I've been meaning to go back there. We used to do. I've been back a few years ago. We did a big crawfish boil out in one of my buddies' backyards, and it was a blast. It was so much fun. And
I still don't eat those things.
Oh, come on.
I can't do it, man.
It's a lot of work, but it's good.
It's kind of gross, man.
It is.
I used to dissect
it as a little lobster.
I used to dissect them because I was a marine bio major in California. I'm from California. Yeah. And I used to have a pet crawfish, and my son has a pet crawfish now. I mean, it's like, you know what they eat? I mean, they eat shit.
Oh, I know. It's literally, well, you have to like purge them and stuff. There's a whole process. It's not the cleanest thing to eat, that's for sure.
It's gross, man. It's gross.
But yeah, we lived up in, so we lived in Houston, went to New Hampshire for 2 years. And you know what's up in New Hampshire? Sig.
Oh.
So yeah, so I actually had a buddy who worked at the new Sig factory. They have a whole new campus up there now. And this is like 2014 or whatever. And I toured the whole place. And it was before before I did a big YouTube thing. I should have, looking back, I was like, well, I should have brought a camera. But they have like, metal detectors and all that. They're like, super secure. But I was like, it'd been sweet to do an interview there. They had like a whole gun room and everything.
I looked at your videos. I didn't see any SIG videos.
Yeah, I should have. I know. Well, I took a break. So I did like the red dot thing. And then I was like, well, that'd be fun. And I looked back one day and I was like, oh, wow, like people actually wanted to see this. And then I was like, well, I started trickling in more videos. We found a spot to shoot up there in New Hampshire where there's like just open, kind of almost like BLM land, right? Just like open land. You can go up there, public property. And there's a bunch of guys out there just shooting in like the sand lot and everything. And then so we did a couple more videos. And then just kind of started doing more and more videos. And just now I'm doing like almost weekly at this point. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's got ups and downs, but there's a lot of cool products coming out. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's a grind. People don't understand it. It's a grind. Like I started a new job. I've been working 9 to 5 now and in an office. I do outside sales, but for the first couple months I got to be in the office, and it sucks being in the office, man.
It's so much.
It's a big change. It's a big change.
Yeah.
But it's only temporary. But I had to put the brakes on my videos, and just even doing 1 video, 2 videos a week now is almost impossible because I got 2 little kids. So
yeah, no, same here. We had so I mean, I've been same thing, 9 to 5. You got to do what you got to do. So I mean, YouTube has come a long ways. I mean, I think and honestly, the market's getting a little saturated, as we know. I mean, there's so many YouTubers out there now. So it's like you got to bring more and more to the table, and it's almost it's just fun at this point. Like I just treat it as a fun thing to do on the weekends.
Yeah.
Try to get a video out a week, but if you can't do it, you can't do it. But honestly, like I try to do 1 a week, and then we just had a new baby girl 3 weeks ago. I announced that on Instagram. So she was born early June. So still trying to keep up with YouTube, and it's busy.
So Colton has a little sister now.
He does. He's a big bro, and he's excited, and yeah.
Oh man. So so let me tell you from experience, because I have a 20-year-old daughter. If she's watching, I love you very much. I love you. And it's different. It's different. My son is almost 9. My oldest is 20, and then I have a 6-year-old daughter. And let me tell you, it's a whole different world. It's completely.
Yeah. Everyone keeps telling me that. I guess it is.
You're just in for trouble, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really hoping my oldest daughter would have like a crutch and missing teeth until she was 20, but I was trying to ugly her up. I was like, don't you want to be bald? It's the new look. But no, it didn't work. It's hard, man.
Yeah. So about this dating, 30. Yeah, 30 is a good age. Yeah.
Bro, actually, I was lucky. My oldest, God bless her, only started getting into guys like around 17.
Oh, there you go.
So I got super lucky.
Yeah.
Well, that I know about. But anyway, what I don't know doesn't hurt me. So 17 is a good age. I'm good with that. My littlest
Yeah.
one, when she's about 27, I think she can go out.
Yeah.
27 is a good age.
So Colton just turned 4, and he's been featured on some videos, and it was not my doing. It was funny. I was like, I would just like do videos out here. I got my studio set up, got some new backdrops and things.
I
Got some
see
cool
that.
lights.
I've noticed your
Yeah.
production value has gone really.
Yeah, we got some little knickknacks, and it was part due to Colton. Colton was like, "Hey, you should get some cool little like toys and stuff," and he loves playing with like Star Wars stuff and whatever. And so, anyways, he was like wanting to do a video. It's like, "Hey, can I help you?" And I'm like, "Well, of course, come on in." So we started doing like unboxing and things, just simple stuff, you know, things that you can have fun with. Opening up like surprise presents, you know, like gifts, whatever. Like Tac Pack's a big one. We did a couple like backcountry boxes and things like that, and those videos are doing pretty good. You know, Colton, he has fun, so it's all about having fun. I'm like, yeah, might as well.
The kids, man, kids love it. My son, he's gonna go to bed soon, and he'll sneak in here, and I just want to say goodnight, but he just wants to get on the camera.
Yeah, this is fun for them.
And I just got a Ruger 22 pistol, and I have a M&P 1522 and the HK 41622. And I think I'm gonna just do a whole video on safety, kid safety. And because he's dying to go shoot some guns, but
that's good. Yeah,
I don't know how good it is. That's a crazy addiction for a little child to have.
It is. I mean, and it's such a weird, I guess, balance nowadays too. I mean, with everything like all the political and everything else going on with social media, it's like, you know, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about safety and responsibility. And I think firearms are a huge part of growing up. Honestly, like it's the stuff where like kids are learning this stuff from like Call of Duty and things. I'm like, well, why don't you learn it from me? And I'll tell you, like, the Call of Duty stuff is like not real right now. Here's a 22 pistol, and I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. My daughter, you know, I took her. We went to the outdoor range twice. She had earmuffs on. After the first shot, she's like, "I'm out. I'm done. I don't do loud noises. I don't like it." So we watched Lara Croft the other day.
Yeah.
Now she wants to be Lara Croft. And I'm like, that's a great goal, sweetheart, because she's rich. So let's go that route.
She's got a butler. She's set.
I know. So she made like 2 paper guns and she was playing paper guns around the house. I'm like, oh, that's amazing. Show me how you did that. Totally encouraging it. So,
yeah. No, that's the way to go. Teach them early, teach them young, teach them right. I mean, and firearms, I think it's the next level for responsibility too. I mean, you talk about everything they do throughout the day and what they learn. Firearms is like up there, like, hey, there's a level of responsibility you got to learn from these things that is 100%. Like above anything else. It's like a tool. Like I can't give you a saw because you got to learn about the responsibility on this, like a freaking battery powered, like circular saw or something. Right. I mean, same thing with firearm. There's a whole responsibility to this tool that you need to learn about and understand before even touching it.
So I noticed in your videos progression, you had a lot of cool guns. Were you borrowing those, or are you just spending all your money on them, or what?
I tell you, you know, so here's the deal. So everyone thinks like all these YouTubers get free stuff. Now, some of the things they do work. I mean, you see like the launches that people get, you'll get like a bunch of like Springfields at the same day. And you're like, well, they send out a bunch of Springfields. Some firearms that you can get for free. Sometimes you get them for loaners, or, you know, if you have a good relationship with the company, whatever it is. I mean, most of the time I just love guns. I mean, for the most part, ever since Texas, living in there like 10 years ago, whatever it was now, I've just kind of started collecting more and more. And honestly, like World War II older stuff, like I went down to CMP, did a couple of videos on the CMP on how to get like an M1 Garand.
Man, that was pretty cool. That CMP,
it was sick. It was so fun. It was so
nuts.
Fun.
I always go on their website, you know, just wanting to order a whole bunch of old CNR stuff.
But. Yeah. So the M1 Garand has always fascinated me, but I've always known that the 30-06 round was not only hard to get, but very expensive, and it still is. I mean, even more so now.
You scored a whole box. I think it was like $1 a round or something.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, I'll get it because I'll need to do some reviews on it. I still have to do the review, but M1 Grands. Actually, what started me off was I got my Beretta 92 FS, and I was like, well, this is sweet. And I actually picked that up because of Boondock Saints. So I don't know if you've seen that movie before, but Boondock Saints, Beretta, I mean, come on, yeah, it's a classic. I mean, that kind of got me into like, well, I want a Beretta 92. And not only that, I want one like made in Italy, like an original. Right. And that's what I got. I got a brand new in the box, made in Italy, 92 FS. And then one of the next firearm I think I bought was a $79. Hold on, guys. $79 Mosin Nagant. That's how cheap they were in like 2012 or whatever it was. And you order them right to your FFL, and it was sweet. Like, and they're a nice quality too.
Yeah, I remember a guy tried to sell me a case of SKSs for like $500, and it was like 7 or 8 of them. I'm like, what do I want? I hate Cosmoline. I cleaned one. I ended up throwing out the stock and just getting a cheap stock from I don't even know where,
like Tapco or something, right? Like
and stuff. It was the worst. Every time I shot it, more Cosmoline would leach out. So apparently, I didn't do a good job cleaning it. Man, I hated that gun, and I sold it. I bought it for like $89.99. I ended up selling it for like $50. I hated it.
Oh, you should have waited. $400 now. $500
now they're like $400.
Yeah.
I still think they're junk.
They're the predecessor to the AK essentially, right? The SKS. So I picked up an SKS. I need to finish a review on it because I've had it for so long. It just sits there. But I bought one of the Chinese Sino-Soviet. So it was like made on Soviet equipment early on when the Chinese first got the SKS capabilities.
The Chinese make the best ones.
They do. So they made this one, but it had seen some real duty, and like the wood was all pulpy and like corroded, and like there was a little bit of rust here and there. So I cleaned it up, did a whole video on refinishing it, which, looking back, I was like, well, I don't know if I should have refinished it, but at the same time, like, might as well. I mean, so I bought it for like $200, which was crazy back then, and just refinished the whole thing, and it works great. I mean, I love it. I just keep it clean. I'm going to do a review on it sometime. I'm going to do like a one take or something fun with it, honestly. I got a Chinese sleeve that holds like 50 rounds across the top, whatever. It's kind of cool. Nice. So little chest rig from like the 70s.
Let's look who's in the chat. Oh, we got AF. AF is a local guy. He's my compadre. So I started my channel just hunting down ammo. And I was in line one day in my I was doing car reviews, car shows and all that, because I'm kind of into cars. And I'm in line one day and my wife goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm in Academy waiting for the line." She goes, "What moron is going to wait in line for ammo?" And I'm sitting there with like 20 people. I'm like, "You'd be surprised." She goes, "Why do you make one of your dumb videos about it?" All right. And I got like 5,000 hits. And I'm like, are you shitting me?
People want to see it. Yeah.
So I did car videos forever, hours and hours and hours of editing and trying to put the music to the, the cuts and, really doing a lot of time and energy. And I get like 100 views, 50 views. I mean, it was a disaster. I think they're great videos, but it sucked. So I started to like, you know what? I'm going to do gun stuff. I love guns. And so I've just been doing guns lately. But yeah, it's been an addiction. I'm trying to branch out. So now I'm doing reviews. I did a review on that LCP Max yesterday. It was all right. It could be better. I've been on a Ruger.
Yeah, Ruger. So Ruger, one of my buddies asked me years ago, like, what was his first 9mm, and he wanted the SR, like one of those SR, whatever they're called, like the original SRs, like back in like 2012, I think, or 2013. I honestly don't think they make them anymore because they kind of moved over to like the different kind of LC9s and things like that. But he got one of those, and they're all right. I mean, Ruger's come a long ways, but I don't shoot the Ruger pistols as well as I shoot other ones, honestly. I'm sure you might have seen that with the LC Max.
Yeah. So didn't you have the 1911, the Ruger SR 1911?
I did, and I shot it so terribly that I sold it.
What?
Yeah. I just didn't like the Commander model. It's the Commander model, right? So I got it because I was like, well, that's really cool, like SR 1911. And the Commander model ended up being, it was so short of a barrel that it was a little snappier. It was harder to hit anything. And I was like, this is not as fun. I do want to get another 1911, but it's going to be something more patterned after like World War II, maybe even a World War II one. I don't know. CMP has them.
Are you going to buy a Staccato? Come on, man.
Staccato, I know, 2011. I haven't got on that train yet. I don't do competitions or anything, but I hear they are sweet.
So I was talking smack. My buddy Mike has a lot of 1911s, and I'm like, I don't see the value in one of these $4,000 or $5,000 1911s. I think
Yeah.
they're just 1911s and 1911. And then he brought one. It was a Dan Wesson custom. Everything's custom. It was like $44,000. And I shot it, and I fell in love. The fit, finish, the feel, and I grouped for the first time in my entire life. I grouped a hole at like 9 yards, just all in the same hole. I was blown away. I was like, "Holy shucks, man! Maybe it does matter. The nicer sights, the smoother trigger. It's gotta matter. It's crazy. Oh, look, we got Flying Rich in the house. That guy's something else. Catfishing Chris, Dwayne. Did you meet? Flying Rich, right? Did you meet him at the ID88?
Honestly, like I think I was pinging you earlier about it. I mean, honestly, it was such a blur. Like it was so much, like so many new people, new faces. I mean, that's the thing about range day. Range day, yeah, you get to shoot a lot of cool guns, but really, like most of the day is spent just chatting, like hanging out with folks behind the line and talking, and So I got to meet a lot of folks.
I got to meet the two people I wanted to meet. I was like, man, I want to meet that gun drummer guy because I think he'd be a cool dude.
Yeah.
He's really cool. And then Mr. Big Kid.
I'm
such a huge fan of that guy's channel.
So I got a story for you. So Mr. Big Kid, so Steve, Mr. Big Kid, he was probably like a couple thousand subscribers, and I was like 15,000. I don't know what it was. It was a lot less than now. And I did a giveaway because Stinger was launching a new handguard. So I was like, well, hey, I'm doing a review on the Stinger handguards. I'll give one away. And Stinger makes some awesome handguards, and they're all made in the USA. I mean, not to promote them, but I have like 3 ARs built on them. I mean, just a great handguard.
Really?
And so Stinger does a good job. And so I did a giveaway. I think I did it on, it must have been Instagram. And then I just like tallied up all the comments. I said, comment below, tag someone, whatever. And I tagged it all, and then did like a randomizer, and picked a random name. Steve won. So I reached out to him, and he was like a small YouTube channel. I was like, oh my gosh. He was like, that's so cool. So I sent him like a gift pack and everything. And it was all just like, sent by me, whatever. Just
now he's going to the moon, man.
And now he's up. He's gone. Yeah.
So I ran across his channel a few weeks before the range day. And I was like, I saw the production value, and I go, this guy knows a lot about cameras because
he does. He's got some good equipment.
His camera work was amazing, and his videos were super clear. And I was still struggling with my phone at the time. So I go back in his videos, and he has camera reviews, and I'm like, okay, so that explains a lot. Then his lighting was really good. By the way, your lighting is fantastic. It's very nice. Very nice.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. There's a lot to take in for equipment wise. I mean, especially setting up a studio, like some of the guys spend a lot of good money on it too. I mean, but there's a whole new level to get the equipment you need these days.
Right. I thought about redoing some stuff and kind of making it, but I just don't have the room. So
yeah, that's the thing.
I'm stuck at this, just hanging out.
Yeah, no kidding. Steve. Steve's he's a good buddy of mine now. We text all the time. I mean, talking, and also Nick, Hungry Handgunner. He's a good dude.
I didn't get to talk to him too much at the event.
Yeah, no, he's a good dude. Yeah. Actually, I met him through Steve.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Steve's a cool guy, man. I was trying not to fanboy out too much. I was more excited to meet him and Gun Drummer than like Hickok.
Yeah.
I was like, he's cool, but this is Mr. Big Kid,
Yeah.
He grilled stuff. Oh, I liked your chicken wing recipe too.
Buffalo air fried. Yeah, dude, air frying. So I've tried to do like just grease fry old school wings, and it's like not only a mess, but this is a hassle. And so I got an air fryer like years ago. The wife got it for Christmas or something for me. And air fried wings, man. I do like at least once a week. It's awesome.
Okay, here it is. It's the Dan Wesson Kodiak 10mm 1911. It wasn't 4,000. It was 2,300. But right before you pulled it out. Right before you pulled it out, I was talking all this trash about, oh man, you don't need an expensive. I think it's overrated, mostly because I can't afford one. And then he's like, cool story, bro. And he pulls out this one and this one and this one. I'm like, oh, shucks. All right, let's see.
Yeah, the Dan Wesson and CZ, I think, partnered up too. Last I heard, they were doing some kind of 1911 stuff.
Yeah. So that CZ Scorpion you were shooting in one of your videos, was that yours?
Yes. So going back to our conversation, what you get, what you buy. I mean, a lot of stuff you just buy. I mean, you got to spend the time, spend the money,
Yeah.
and just
I'm not
do like
getting free
several
guns.
reviews on it.
I'm not getting free guns yet. I wish I
Yeah.
was. Like, I'm getting a lot of Ruger stuff, and everyone's like, "Oh man, are they sending you stuff for free?" Nothing is free.
Yeah, nothing's free in this world. No. Honestly, like the cool thing is about getting like a Scorpion. So I was looking at Scorpions for a long time. They came out, 5 years ago, whatever it was, and it was a big deal.
What was
So I ended up,
MSRP on that when you got it?
a lot cheaper than now. I think you
Yeah.
get the pistol form, just stock black color. I think it was like $7.99. Yeah,
No
$7.99 when I got
way.
it. Yeah.
I think
And
aren't
you
they
get
like
shipped.
$1,700 now?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's bananas.
Oh, I know. So that and same with AKV. So I did not get that for free, but I've always wanted an AKV from PSA.
Right.
I'm good friends with the guys at PSA now, so I'll get some stuff here and there. But AKV I bought myself. You just have to look like certain days of the week when they launch their products for in stock, and you just pick it up in the first 5 minutes. Otherwise, they're gone. But PSA has hooked me up before with a few things, but AKV is awesome. I needed an upgrade video on AKV, upgrade video on the CZ Scorpion because I've done a lot of work to it.
Oh, what's it look, man? You got to do something because that's on my bucket list of what I want to pick up, but I don't know. I think my wife will kill me if I buy another gun.
I hated the grip. Everyone complains about the grip. I think it's just way too steep. And then I hated the handguard, the cheese grater, Picatinny. You just don't need it anymore. So I switched that out, switched the grip out. I got the folding brace thing from CZ, which is very rare now too, I think. So I got the folding brace and then threw a rugged Obsidian 9 suppressor on there. That thing is sweet. So it's a good shooter.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Looks this. PSA and store prices are better than online prices. Are they? Nice. Oh, Joe Tallow. Joe Tallow.
Hey, Joe.
Joe Taro with $9.99. Thank you so much, man. That's awesome. It's so funny because I spend more money than I'll ever make on YouTube. Like I do these
no kidding.
These meet and greets. I spend a fortune, but for me, it's just fun meeting people.
It's just fun.
Gun people are the best people you ever meet in your life.
Yeah, no, it's a blast. It's honestly, and I tell the wife all the time, it's a hobby. I mean, at this point, like you can collect firearms, but then actually like using them, modifying them, posting these videos, like teaching other folks about things. I mean, it's great. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know who said it. Was it somebody said something the other day and it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. He goes, "Are you a collector or a protector? You can buy all these different guns, but are you good at any one of them?" And I was like, God dang. I think it was Tim Kennedy or one of those guys, one of those like, special ops guys. And it really was like, made me think, I'm like, man, I kind of shoot a lot of different guns and I kind of suck with all of them. Maybe I should pick one and kind of get good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I hate selling firearms, honestly. I mean, but I think it's part of the process. I mean, it's great to collect them, and I think some of the rarer ones, it's good to keep no matter what. Like, just keep them because like they're great to hand down, especially in like World War II is like on fire right now. I mean, look at Enfield rifles, look at Mosin and Gaunts. Those are like better investments than any kind of stock you can find right now, especially if you bought like 5 years ago. So basically what's happening is this stuff is great to pass down, but honestly, like you don't want to just collect. Like I know a few guys who have like 300 firearms. A lot of those will never go shot at all. And it's great, I think, just to like the CZ P10C that I have, that's my range go-to. Like I have a range belt for it. I bring the P10C out. I shoot like at least a few mags every time I go to the range, which is almost like once a week nowadays. Especially ammo coming back. Yeah.
So I'm glad you mentioned range belt. Again, Joe, thank you so much for that super chat. That's awesome. That is so cool. That money is going to go right back into the channel. So you mentioned range belt. So I did this last meet and greet at the Renaissance Gun Club last weekend. Yep. And I had about 20 people show up and we're like, okay, cool. We're just going to shoot some metal targets. It's in a tactical bay. And the guy running the place, the owner was like, screw that. You all are shooting. You're going to shoot two stages. We're like, what? Nobody there except one guy had ever shot at a stage before. They're all really good shots, but you want to talk about a humbling experience. when you don't, we've never shot like a tree. God dang, I hate that thing.
Oh yeah.
The dueling tree is a nightmare. So everybody got to run through and shoot 2 stages, and man, it was the funnest thing. But nobody had like tactical belts or anything cool. So I got to get some kind of belt put together. I guess you need at least 2 or 3 mag holders on one side. And you just gotta,
so Blue Alpha Gear, I reached out to them years ago because I really like the design on their like EDC hybrid belts they had, so you can conceal carry. So I reached out to them. I was like, hey, like, do you guys want to send me an EDC belt? And I was like, oh, that would be great. So they sent me one of those out to review, which is awesome. So there's one of the free things you can get once in a while. But so I got one of those. I still wear it today. I mean, it's my everyday belt for like 4 years. I should do a review on it because that's crazy. Like one belt for 4 years, and it still holds up great. Running my concealed carry every day. It's the EDC hybrid.
Is it green?
Gray.
Gray. I think I saw that video.
The range belt is multicam, just multicam. Yeah. So the range belt is multicam, and I throw on a QVO tactical holster for the P10C, running my Streamlight TLR, I think it's like 7A, whatever it is, and then the S-Tac Kiwi mag. So you have the dual double stack mags, and then you have the single AR mag on the left side.
Oh, nice. Oh, Bob Goodwin. So like I said, I've met so many cool people through this ammo hunting and stuff in Houston, Texas. And Bob Goodwin's in the chat. He's one of them. This guy is probably one of the coolest guys, but he's one of those old guys you don't want to push because he's very nice. But you know, if you push him over, somebody's going to get hurt. And no one wants to mess with him. But Bob, you missed it. Everyone fell on their face shooting these steel targets at the dueling tree. It was a disaster. But we had the best time of our life. And I think we're going to do another one of those probably in the next 2 or 3 months, September. So I try and do like every quarter, do a meet and greet, which they're so much fun. That video is going to come out probably Sunday. So check back Sunday. Nice. So did you watch any of my videos?
Do I watch any videos?
No.
I think so I'm following you on Instagram, so I've caught a bunch of those video like snapshots. But honestly, like, so for YouTube, for me, I mean, obviously I push out content all the time, or I try to. YouTube for me, I don't honestly watch a whole lot, which I don't know if that's the norm, but between the fact that I do have to work my 9 to 5 with a newborn,
you got
with
kids.
YouTube,
you have kids, man. So that's
so it's like time to watch TV. Let's see, 10 p.m. to like 10:30 p.m.
Yeah, so wait till they're older, and so as I was coming in to do the live, my daughter was like, "Daddy, you're gonna be on YouTube. You don't want to watch a movie with us?" And I'm like, "Oh, man, it breaks your heart." But you know,
I know
I'm a good dad. I spend a ton of time with my kids, so I bought them off. I thought about. I knew she was gonna do it, so I gave them some peanut M&Ms. So they're happy and full of sugar right now.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, balancing everything. I mean, that's why I try to do like weekend trips to the range. Like Sundays are pretty chill, but you want to make sure you have time for the kids and everything, and especially as they get older. But I do know, so newborns obviously are like a lot more time consuming, right? You got to keep an eye on them. Like we're juggling her back and forth, just holding her, you know, even while working or like whatever. And then, but Colton being 4, I mean, he's not only helping with videos, but he's pretty like independent, like just does his own thing. Like he'll come home from school, whatever, and just do his own thing, play with toys, whatever. And like, let me know when he's hungry or whatever. I mean, so that's pretty sweet. So I mean,
is your little girl, is she sleeping all night?
No, she's up. So she was up every 2 hours. Now she's up every like 3 or 4. So she's creeping up pretty quick.
Big word of advice. This is what someone gave us, and it works like a charm. There's a book called Moms on Call. It's how to put your kids on like a schedule. Within 3 days, 4 days, they're sleeping all night long. It's beautiful. It's so nice. It's so nice. And,
no, Colton was perfect for that. He actually did sleep all night long. But I think Zoe, she's only like, what, 3 weeks old? So, yeah, she'll get there.
Oh, Michael Henderson's in the house. Thank you, Michael. What's up, man? Flying Rich says, what's TV?
Yeah, what's TV? No kidding. Dude, cable. I mean, this might be off topic, but I have a whole tech side of me that I don't really do on YouTube very much, but we do. I mean, I do some security cameras and things like that, and flashlights, and
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen those.
Yeah. In fact, my Blink camera review is like the most popular video I've ever done. But I have a bunch of friends in the tech industry, so we always talk about the latest, greatest things. Dude, cable, it's like no one cares anymore. Like, it's crazy. Like,
No.
I mean,
Hollywood in general.
Yeah,
Hollywood in general. I could care.
No kidding.
I don't.
Yeah, no
care
kidding.
Any of those movies, none of them. I am so anti Disney, anti all that junk now. Well, I don't watch. I don't watch a lot of YouTube either.
And that's the thing. I do watch some of the big ones, more for maybe entertainment, but probably just for like maybe some ideas as well. I know like Demolition Ranch, I watch him like occasionally and things like that. I mean, he's kind of like a trendsetter at this point with everything going on. And I watch Brandon Herrera is from Fayetteville over here in North Carolina. So I watch him occasionally. I think he just moved to Texas though. Mr. Guns and Gear, he's from North Carolina. I watch him quite a bit.
Brandon moved to Texas? No kidding.
Yeah, he went to San Antonio.
Nice.
Yeah. I had a couple of drinks with him at Drive Tanks. I had met Mike, Mr. Guns and Gear, at the range day. Had some drinks with him. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Did you go to Drive Tanks?
No.
So Drive Tanks invited anyone who was nominated for the Gundies to come down, but it wasn't a paid trip or anything.
I don't even know what the Gundies are.
Yeah, so the Gundies is like a newer thing the last like 2 or 3 years. I got invited for the first time last January or whatever it was, February, and it was like the Gundies is a award ceremony for like YouTube gun tubers, right? So all the big guys were down there, and me and Steve met up down there, and ended up going hitching a ride down to. I think we both flew into San Antonio, and then grabbed a car, went down to the Gundies, which was at Drive Tanks, which is like out in San Antonio, like west of San Antonio. So a bunch of big firearm companies were there, like HK. Speaking of dueling tree, HK was there with full auto MP5s, and the competition they had was take a mag and knock all from bottom to top of the dueling tree onto the one side with a full auto MP5. It was hard. It was hard to.
That sounds very tough.
Yeah, it was crazy. So, but yeah, the Gundies were fun. That was a good time.
Nice. So, the video that I was very curious about, I have a problem with right now, is the one you did on that French drain. Because half of my yard is literally washing away right now because it's crazy. So I need to put in a French drain, and I'm just gonna have some guy do it because after watching your video, I was like, that's way too much work.
It's a lot of work. So we were getting quotes for that because we had the same thing. Every time it rained, it was like a river through the side of our yard. And I was like, well, why don't we do it was actually, honestly, it's a hybrid French drain. So I got a bunch of comments about this. They were like, well, it's not really a French drain. There's holes in there, and it's kind of like downsloped a little too much to be a French drain. French drains traditionally are very, very lightly sloped, and like there's holes in the pipe so that settling water will go in and then wash away. So with this, though, the top would flood near my patio back in, this is an older house too. We actually moved. So I don't know how it's holding up now, but I think after a year or so, it was holding up fine. So I was fine with it. But the water was puddling near the house. So I was like, well, I got to get rid of it. So I put a grate there. Me and Colton, like, he didn't really do much, but he would like held his shovel, which is adorable. But I just went down and dug like a freaking 18-inch ditch all the way down for like 50 feet, whatever it was. But yeah, so I put a grate there, got the water in there, the French drain pipe I plugged in there. I did a corrugated slot pipe just to kind of, if there's any water standing, it would kind of seep through and then wash away. But yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, there's a reason why they charge so much money to do that stuff.
It's crazy. My whole side of my yard's washing away, and I don't know what to do. I'm kind of freaked out. So
honestly, I mean, it's I don't know if you live in a neighborhood or what, but I mean, with all the houses coming up and how they like kind of just like scorched earth, all these homes nowadays, like there's no, I mean, of course it's going to flood, right? I mean, it's just all flat. Yeah. There's no trees, no roots.
I back up to a preserve, So it's like there's no back neighbors or anything. But I live on a cul-de-sac too. So when all the water gets real high, it goes through my yard. And literally it dropped down like 3 feet in one section. And my fence is starting to cave in. I just put a new fence up. So I got to take care of that before it takes care of me, because it's going to get
You probably want to like, I mean, it's one thing maybe where the gutter.
I thought about just putting like a whole bunch of rocks and making a creek.
Like make a river. Yeah, I was going to say make a creek, and it looks cool. Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, maybe. Probably be cheaper than the French drain.
Yeah, I mean, get a bunch of go someplace that sells like a whole truckload of rock, truckload of pebbles, Riverstone.
It's getting nuts right now. My backyard is absolutely nuts.
So talk about fences, though. I had to put a fence in. Dude, wood is crazy, or it was. It was nuts, absolutely nuts. Like I've done 2 fences now, and it's crazy. Yeah,
it's coming down a little bit in price. So I noticed you've upticked. When did you start doing more YouTube? Because you were kind of doing it. When did you get serious with it?
So we did the red dot review, and then I was like, I'm going to throw it up on YouTube, and it was like under like a random name. I think it was like Outdoor Enthusiast, whatever it was, because I was trying to think of something that wasn't just firearms, because I knew I wanted to do other things that were.
That would be Outdoor Enthusiast 88.
Yeah. So I had my name for a while, and probably like 5 years ago, I had taken like a few years off and just did a couple of short videos here and there. Then I like checked like one, like at some point, one of my other buddies was doing animations on YouTube, and his channel skyrocketed in like 2015, I think. And I was like, well, that's cool. I was like, well, you know what? I had a YouTube video I posted like years ago. So I checked it and I was like, oh, wow, it's doing pretty good. So I was like, well, maybe people want to see more. So I was like, well, so I was like telling the wife, I was like, well, why don't we just start posting on stuff we have? I mean, I got a Mosin, I got a Beretta, do a close-up video. In fact, I did a close-up video on the Beretta 92FS, which is like essentially an unboxing and what it looks like coming out of the box and what you get from the made in Italy version. And that took off and it was one of the most popular ones still. And I was like, well, people are interested. So probably 2015, I started posting more. And then the last maybe couple of years, started posting like every week, or try to. So I mean, it's a slow thing. I mean, you don't really get the views and subscribers skyrocketing overnight. You just got to treat it as a fun hobby and just have fun with it. Keep posting as much as you can. Yeah,
the whole ammo shortage thing was nuts, and
that's a buzzkill. Yeah,
it was so crazy. But I went from like 200 to 10,000 subscribers in 3 months.
So that was good. Yeah. I was going to say the ammo shortage prevented me from going to the range, but yeah, that part is great.
Yeah, but it can't last forever, and I always knew that. So I was doing it for one because I was meeting so many cool people, because gun people are naturally private individuals.
They are, yeah.
They're very leave me alone. And I was standing in line with all these guys, and I'm like, what's up? What's your name? What do you do? Like Michael Henderson here. I met him at the Uvalde Academy. All these guys, Bob Goodwin, I met him at West Road Academy. C6, I met him at the other West Road Academy. Oh no, what's wrong? Is my camera dying?
I don't know. Yeah, it keeps going black off and on.
That's weird.
I mean, it's fine now.
Oh, I gotta check that. Something's not right. Story of my life. But yeah, I met a lot of these cool people.
There's some really cool people in the industry. And like you said, I think that a lot of them are private. And I think, honestly, and sad to say, I think society kind of made it that way. I mean, it's kind of like, oh, you own guns. You never really know if you want to talk to your neighbors about it, whatever. In fact, we moved a while ago, a few months back, and I was like timid because I was like, well, I do a gun tuber YouTube site, right? I'm doing this whole videos and things. So I was like, should I tell them like what I do on the side? I mean, I don't know how they're going to take it, right? And it turns out like our 2 neighbors like directly next to us are like super into firearms, and I was like, hey, we're best friends. Did we just become best friends?
Yep. You want to go do karate in the garage? Yep.
Yeah, karate in the garage. Just don't touch my drum set.
So let me tell you a story. So I was in California. I was working in a warehouse. I was a warehouse manager, and I was doing data entry one day, and it was Friday, and I wanted to go home. Bald white guy, office environment. really, really quiet. So, I kind of joke around a lot, but that day I was like, man, I got to get out by 4, got to get all this stuff done. And I was just pedal to the metal. About 3 o'clock, HR calls me in the office. So we've had some concerning reports about you. You're so quiet today. Is everything okay? I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, we also know that you kind of shoot guns and this and that.
Oh, God.
You wouldn't happen to have any other vehicle. I'm like, what are you talking about? I got a hot date tonight, man.
Yeah.
I just met this girl who's now my wife, and I'm trying to get out of there. So California was so taboo. You couldn't tell anybody you shot guns. I mean, it was like you were ostracized immediately. Done. Texas.
Yeah.
I was selling a Remington 700 in a HEB parking lot. A cop pulls up, gets out, and says he would have given me more money for it. All three of us sat there talking guns for 20 minutes. It's the insane difference.
Yeah, all about where you live, honestly, at this point. And also, I mean, it's surprising, I think, how popular the sport of just shooting is. It really is. I mean, you'd be surprised. I think, it was funny. I was talking to one of my neighbors, and he was like, yeah, we just moved to the neighborhood. And he was like, I don't really know many people. I was like, well, what do you guys like to do? I was like, well, I like to ride motorcycles and shoot guns. I was like, I got you.
Yeah. So let me ask you, do you talk to your neighbors about prepping?
Yeah, actually, so not like super seriously. It's funny, like we joke about it. So like we all like got in the Costco train, and we all got Costco memberships. And what I've been doing is I would like buy stuff here and there, like big bags of rice or canned goods. I mean, you can get the meal prep kits, but like it's just not going to last, right? I mean, you get these things and you get like the 25-year lifespan out of them, whatever it is, the Mountain House, like freeze dried stuff. Even Costco got into that. I think they sell like a 5-day survival kit or something now. But yeah, so we joke about like, oh, you're prepping today. You went and spent $500 at Costco. What'd you get for the side? Like a 50-pound bag of rice. All right, that'll last. And yeah, so we joke about it. But one of our neighbors who just moved in, believe it or not, from Buffalo, New York, which is funny because like you always picture New York being like kind of like California. It's kind of taboo firearms, but Western New York is very country. I mean, there's a lot of folks who love firearms out there. It sucks they have to fall into the rules they have, but yeah, he moved down here. They have a bunch of guns, and they were like, "Yeah, we're thinking about forming like a militia in the neighborhood just in case." And I was like, "I'm all aboard. Let's go."
Yeah. So I try and bring that up to my neighbors, and it's something you bring up carefully because you don't want them to know you have a tinfoil hat right behind your back the whole time. Yeah. So, but I care about these guys. I love my neighbors, and being on a cul-de-sac in Texas, and especially after the hurricanes we were having, we know all our neighbors up and down the block, and they're great people, and I don't want them to be a liability. The more prepared they are, the better everyone is. Because if they come knocking at the door, sorry, if you're not bringing something to trade, we can't help you. So
no, same thing. And I think same thing goes for so for food. First up, so Costco. I mean, it's a very dangerous place to shop, but Costco, these guys buy extra food all the time. So I know like my neighbor 2 doors down has a freezer full of meat, like probably could last 4 months on just meat, right? And then I was like, well, that's good. I mean, if we have power or whatever, if something happens, that's fine. And then like our neighbor next door, he knows a bunch of guys who owns a bunch of farms up the road. Like, we have some like connections here and there. And then I got like, they might have a few guns. Like most people honestly don't have a collection, right? They have like a handgun which everyone should. Everyone should have a handgun or a shotgun or something. Just have 100%. Something. 100%. Yeah, 100%, 150%. You don't have to be crazy. You don't have to have a Gucci Glock or whatever. Just have something locked up on a shelf just in case.
I've actually given out a few guns just because.
And that's what I was going to get to. Yeah. It's funny. Me and the wife always talk about, I was like, well, I'm grabbing my AR suppressed. She's going to grab the Seasoned Scorpion, which is one of her favorites. I got a handful of ARs, whatever, we can hand out if we need to. I mean, you never know. So yeah, It's all about kind of getting that mindset and having things available where, well, if you know these guys and they can help, then we'll get them going.
Yeah. Because, Facebook today was doing that harmful content.
I know. It's every day something stupid.
And I had a really good friend of mine got demonetized off YouTube today, another gun tuber. And if you think about it, how do you talk and socialize with other gun people? It's through the internet, it's through YouTube, it's through this, It's
Well, because it's so private. Otherwise, you're never
right,
going to talk to
right.
them.
So if the
Yeah.
government ever decided, hey, let's just shut all these gun tubers out, you're SOL. So really, I focus my YouTube channel on building your local network, and so honestly, it's really selfish for me. Like I've met the coolest people, but still I can have cool gun friends,
Yeah.
and we exchange emails. We do these meets every couple of weeks, every 2 months. 2.5 months we do a meet, and it's just trying to build a local network. So if we did have to raise an army or a militia, we can do it.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
I swear, like last summer, I was thinking we were headed towards needing to do that. Right. I mean, with everything going on, I was like, dude, like if these cities burn to the ground, like I'm like, are we ready to do this? I mean, we'll do this.
Yeah. Because honestly,
how much food do we have? What's the supply count?
I remember I was doing a photo shoot with my car downtown, and it was during like the first night of the riots. And this guy's like, hey, this photographer is like, yeah, I'm coming in from Dallas. I want to shoot your car. Let's go meet at this bridge in Houston. I didn't know it was in like a real sketchy area. So I'm sitting there at a CVS looking around, and there's like a group of like 50 guys goes walking by with like bats and stuff. And they stop and look at me, and I'm like, I should probably leave. This is not a good area. And I didn't have my gun on me either. I was like so upset. I left it. It was a bummer. It was a bummer.
Concealed carry is something that not a lot of people talk about in terms of actually doing it. So you see all the YouTubers talking about like, oh, look at these cool holsters and like, get a light for your like tiny little Sig P365, whatever. But just wearing the thing every day, I mean, I'm trying to do it every day nowadays. I mean, you have to. I'm like, even if you live in a safer area, I remember like we were living up near like another area which had another Costco at it and things like that. I remember like, I was like, well, I'm always going to carry because this Costco that we live near is like pretty sketch. And sure enough, some dude got like robbed in the parking lot and robbed. And then the guy shot him for no reason and then fled the scene. And I'm like, well, I mean, that could have been us. Like it could have been the wife. Like, at this point, I'm like, I'm going to carry. It's annoying. I get it. Like whether you're carrying appendix or carrying behind the back or, 5 o'clock, whatever it is, I get it. It's annoying. It's heavy. It's there. It's hot in the summer, whatever. Just try to do it. Treat it as a wallet, as a cell phone. Try to do it.
Have you ever used a sticky holster?
You know what? Those guys reached out to me and I said, no.
What?
I just like, I thought about it, but I had like my appendix carry rig already. And I was like,
have you ever tried one?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried one? Oh, well, come on.
I know. I've always heard such horror stories about like, having soft holsters, you want to have like the trigger guard protected.
The trigger is protected.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I haven't got one before.
I carried one forever. And recently I just hooked up with We the People, and I bought a holster, and they sent me one and some jerky. God dang, that jerky's good. I ate the whole bag.
The jerky.
That jerky. They're like, well, you want a holster? I'm like, you want some free food? Yes, please.
Yeah, and I'll take the holster on top.
Yeah. And so the holster is like really high quality. I use that quite a bit.
I hear good things. Yeah.
So when I go in and out of these businesses, because I do sales, I got to take it off and put it in the car. I don't take it in with me. So I take it on and off like sometimes 20 times a day. And I can't do that with one of those big holsters with the 2 clips or that goes around the belt.
Yeah.
It's too cumbersome. And with the sticky, it just goes in and out, and I can adjust it super easy. I would try before you knock it.
All right. You know what? Maybe I'll try it.
Because if they reach out to you, they don't reach out to a lot of people.
No, they reached out to me like a while ago. Yeah, I should have picked them up. I don't know. I had my holster rig as it is, and holster videos do pretty well. I mean, a lot of folks are looking for holsters now, and there's a lot of great companies out there. So I'm gonna have to check it out.
But Kydex holster is a Kydex holster. It's like shoes. You're gonna like it. It's not for everyone. But so when I first started doing these videos, I said I carry a sticky holster. All my comments, top to bottom, were just trashing me. Like, get a real holster, blah blah blah.
I know,
but I love them. I stand by.
No, if it works and it's safe, that's all you can ask for.
Oh, look, Dustin in the chat. Smash got me hooked on sticky holster. I'm telling you, once you try it, you're like, wow, this is so easy. It's
And
like a
I
lady.
think people are worried because they're worried about, like I said, safety was the big reason why I think a lot of like the soft holsters were an issue, right? But if they cover the trigger guard and they're safe, that's fine.
I carried it for 6 years.
Yeah.
I dropped it twice on accident just because I put it on a shelf, but I never had a problem with it. It's like a
Yeah.
it's like car keys. I carry everywhere I go. Now I did the We the People for a solid month to really test it out. And it's a toss up between the two. I like both of them quite a bit.
Yeah, those guys reached out to me too. I don't know. One clip holsters, I mean, for me, always wobbled quite a bit for appendix carry.
Well, I'm a little husky. I got this tactical girth. And so when I put a holster in, my buttons are screaming for dear life, man. Any minute that thing's gonna pop off and break a window.
And be way dangerous than a firearm.
Yeah. So I don't have to worry about them falling out. Trust me. There's a lot of friction down there.
Yeah.
You know,
I was looking at so I carry a 365. I don't know what you carry every day, but I've been carrying a 365 the last couple of years since they came out. And I mean, I love it. I shoot it really well, which is one of the reasons why I ended up carrying it. Plus I did 1,000 round review, and I'm approaching 2,000 rounds now, and I shoot it almost every time I take it out to the range.
Yeah, I carried an XD Mod 2. I used to say XDM Mod 2 for some reason, but I carried an XD Mod 2 forever, and then I just got the XDM Elite with a red dot.
Yeah.
And I was watching a Coleon Noir video where he was learning how to shoot a red dot, and you almost got to. It's a whole different kind of draw getting your picture.
It is, yeah.
With it, and I practiced for a couple hours, and man, after about an hour, I was nailing it.
Yep.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
No, it's all about practice. Yeah.
That red dot is bananas, though.
Which one is it? What's the red dot on there?
It's their Hex Dragonfly. It's their.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's cool though, man. I really dig it. It's so much fun.
Yeah. I haven't started carrying anything with a red dot yet. In fact, I was looking at I know Smith & Wesson came out with that new Shield. I was looking at the new
Shield
Performance
Plus?
Center. Yeah, the Performance Center Plus. I've always thought the Performance Center stuff looked real good. I've never been a big fan of the trigger though for any of the the MMPs.
What are those?
Little hinge. Oh, I don't know. I think they're brand new. I know Steve, Mr. Guns and Gear. Oh, not Mr. Guns and Gear. Steve, Big Kid, Mr. Big Kid. He went and just picked up one from a local shop. I think they're like $500, $600, something like that. They're pretty steep for what they are. Because shields, when I bought mine, were $300.
Yeah, they're pretty inexpensive.
They should be, yeah. So I think the Performance Center is a little up there, but you get an upgraded trigger. You get like the, I think it's ported barrel and things like that. So. Plus, I think you can get cut for an RMR.
See, Dustin in the chat said he ran into one of my friends at Willowbrook. That would have been Mad Mike. Mad Mike. So, man, I called a couple of friends I met through the channel, and we ran up to Austin and went and saw. We met Tim Kennedy up there at the most insane gun range I've ever been to in my life. It was like a country club gun range. You walk in and there's a couple 100-yard indoor lanes. There's all kinds of lanes downstairs. All the guns are behind glass. It's nuts. You go upstairs and there's like a cigar lounge. There's private gun ranges upstairs. There's like you have your own lockers there. It's nuts. It was
Where's that, Austin?
In Austin. It's the range at Austin.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was.
That's cool.
And what's crazy is they're building one right next to the Woodlands.
Oh, wow. Same company, same guys?
I don't know, but if you read the description, it's identical. Let's see.
I'm looking at some of the comments here. Yeah, someone said I bought that shirt too. Put a thumb in it. Yeah. I don't know. Support the guy, dude. That was crazy. That video. Did you watch that video with Kentucky Ballistics? I'm sure everyone saw it.
Of course. Well, you know what's funny? It's like I feel bad for him because he went through hell, but I mean, everybody knows him now.
Yeah. No, that channel skyrocketed. Yeah.
Skyrocketed. That video.
But he's a good dude.
Yeah. I think
he's a great dude. Yeah.
His video, I think that one video, it's like 20 million views already.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, it makes sense. All of the rounds he was shooting, I don't mess with 50 cal. I know Mr. Big Kid got a 50 cal Barrett, and I've been thinking about it, but I mean, they're very expensive. Very expensive.
That's out of my budget. It's just not practical.
No kidding. Maybe not right now. And it is not practical. Yeah.
I got too many expensive hobbies. I can't be messing around with. I got to be a little realistic with the whole gun thing.
Yeah. I think someone asked in here, what was your latest, let me see, latest gun purchase? Let's see. Yeah, whatever one that Russell has, what's your newest gun? So, I mean, that's a good question. So for me, I don't buy, nowadays, I don't buy a whole lot. I try to do like mods and things and accessories and things like that, or I'll get things sent to me maybe to like kind of review. But honestly, like buying stuff, I really have to really want it nowadays. Like it's got to be where like I maybe like early days as a YouTuber, you would probably just like take whatever, you know, and just review it. But nowadays, like for the fact of room, for the fact of storage, for the fact of just being able to shoot everything like we talked about, right? You like you don't if you have a big collection, you can't shoot it all.
Right.
So the most recent thing I got, I'm trying to complete more of my World War II collection. So I ended up getting an M1 carbine not too long ago, which I've never had. I've heard great things. 30 carbine cartridge. So I got an M1. It's a quality hardware made in the spring of 1944. The barrel is from Underwood because they kind of like piece those things together. They were like right down the street from each other, so they're just throwing things together. I was thinking about getting like an IBM or something because those are kind of cool too.
So
or like a Winchester.
You need to send me a list of what you want because I have a friend out here in Houston. It's all he does is World War II stuff, and he has everything you want from both sides, all sides, everything. You name it, he's got it.
Yeah. There's so many cool things. I mean, I've shot the Sten. They had a Sten at
I got to shoot one of those too.
Range Day. Yeah, they had a Sten. Yeah, Range Day. That was such a sweet shooter. I need to get a car for bolt guns, which I mean, they're kind of boring. It's a bolt gun, whatever. But it's a lot of fun to shoot. So I want to shoot I want to get a Kar 98, like a real German Kar 98. I've been looking for a Luger for a while, and I kicked myself. So years ago in Houston, I saw a Luger at a local gun shop, like proper, like 1943 or something, like Luger, and they wanted like $800 for it. But as like an early in career dude, I was like, I can't spring $800 on something, so and the wife would like murder me.
So let me tell you, I had a viewer reach out to me and says, "Hey, you go to this gun range? I'll be there this week. Anything you want to shoot? I got some cool stuff." And I go, "Well, I've always wanted to shoot like a Luger." He goes, "Oh, cool. Yeah, I got one of those." So he brings this Luger. It looks like it's right off the factory, brand new. It looks brand new. 1942 or 43. It was a police issue. It had the matching magazines that come with it, with matching serial numbers. It was flawless, and I got to shoot it, and I was so terrified to shoot it because people don't know Lugers, when they shoot, the whole slide comes up. It's like a weird.
Yeah, it's a toggle. The toggle slides back and up. Yeah.
But he said he paid. It had all the markings too. And it was police issue with two matching magazines, brand new. I mean, there wasn't a nick, flaw, nothing. And I think he paid around $75 for it. But
wow,
I was so excited to shoot it.
Yeah.
The only thing he changed,
very expensive.
He took the wood grips off and put aftermarket grips just because he wanted to keep them mint.
No, those wood ones, wood ones wear down real quick, and no, you got to save them. But yeah, same thing. I've been looking for them. I did pick up a 1943, I think, Walther. Oh no, Mauser P38, and that's pretty sweet. That's a sweet shooter.
Oh yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Everybody in the chat, if you haven't pushed the thumbs up, please push the thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Also, please, if you're not a subscriber, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe. Also, I just put a link to Mr. Gear Know-How. Please subscribe to his channel also. I'm sure he would greatly appreciate it as well.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Yeah, I see some people, let's see, M1 carbines, M1 Grands. Oh, yeah, I got my, got an M1 carbine now. M1 Grand I got from CMP. I kind of want to get, my CMP one has a brand new stock, which looks amazing. I mean, it's great. It's like, what you would have got from the factory in the 1940s, right? But I would love to get like an older one that's like, just the stock kind of beat up a little bit, seen it all. But what they had at CMP when I went there was like just rebuilds, and also Like a lot of what they have are from the Philippine lot, which is like a Philippines. I don't know if you know, but the Philippines, they sent a bunch of old M1s over to us that we had sent over there, and they've been stored. And there was like termite damage, and the stocks that were still good were real pulpy and kind of messed up, and like real loose and things. So I didn't think anyone were worthy of like saying like this is an original World War II or something. So I didn't end up buying another one, but I did get a Springfield 1903.
Oh, that'd be very cool.
That's sweet. And that's sweet. In fact, I didn't know this when I picked it up, but I brought it home and I was like, what's this cut on the side? And it's I think it's a Peterson device, whatever it's called. And it's like towards the end of World War One, they took a bunch of Springfields, like 100,000 of them, and converted them to run full auto stick mags through them, which is crazy. Yeah, and there's only a few prototypes of them, but they made only 100,000 of these Springfields. So I was like, well, that's actually a nice rarity in itself.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Let's see in the chat. So what's next?
Academy Sports, dude. Academy Sports was my go-to. I would go there after work almost every day in Houston. That was the first place I saw an Academy. They had the best deals on stuff. Like you were saying, like Shield Plus and things. Yeah, they had some good deals.
Yeah, so out here, we can walk in the store any day and get it.
Yeah.
Like it's not in Houston, especially. Like, heck, I got a couple thousand rounds of ammo just in like a week. It's not any problem to get a couple hundred rounds of 9 in a day. It's pretty easy, and they're so close to each other. So if you go to one right when they open, you can go to probably 2 or 3 or 4.
Oh, I know.
And he'll run out of money before you run out of opportunities to buy ammo. And I noticed too, there's a lot of shops that have ammo in the back stacking up, and they're just trying to keep the price a little high.
It's getting better. I'll comment. I'll like mess around sometimes with different Facebook groups and things, and I'll be like, well, if no one buys anything, we'll get the prices to everyone just chill.
That's true, but everyone's like, well, I'm not going to shoot anymore until it goes back down to $9.99 a box of 9mm.
Yeah.
That's never going to happen. Those days,
I don't know. Never say never, dude. I don't know. It happened before. 2012 went back down. It might happen again.
I think it'll go down maybe to $12. You'll never get 9mm for lower than $12. I'm thinking 14 actually.
You know what? With the way inflation's going with like wood and homes and all that stuff, I'm sure we're paying out forever. It'll be expensive. Ammo is just one more thing that's going to go up in price.
Yeah, and I'm not going to not shoot. That's crazy.
No, I don't shoot as much as I'd like with everything going on. I'll try to go out once a week. My range is like 10 minutes away. It's an outdoor range, private. So I'll go and blast away and just drive out there. But review wise, I have to start testing reviews. I mean, weeks in advance because I really want to test it. I'm not someone who just goes to the range, shoot a few mags through a pistol and be like, well, this is great, I'll review it. No, I mean, typically I'll try to shoot it in different, throughout a few different range trips and really kind of get a feel for it. Let you guys know what I think. I mean, I have a few coming up here. I got like the new ACSS Hollow Sun 507, whatever it is, V2, whatever, X2. Yeah. That one is from Primary Arms. I'm going to probably post that video pretty soon. I want to do some fun things with some of the World War II stuff I got. So I'll probably do like a British Enfield rifle review pretty soon. I got a couple of
that would be pretty cool
with that.
That would be kind of
Enfield's fun.
Like a throwback. This brand new Enfield.
This brand new Enfield, circa 1943.
So I know you're tech geek. So do you ever watch Flossie Carter?
I don't.
He's a YouTube reviewer for tech gear, and I'm a huge fan. And he does what he calls a real review, where he'll take something and use it for a month and then do a real review. So I want to bring that over to my reviews that I'm going to do, because the people that do first mag reviews, fine, it's been done forever. But do you really know a gun after one mag? I mean, I think, like you said, you got to go 4 or 5 times, have a bunch of people shoot it, and then you can do a review on it,
I'll even shoot a gun, a bunch of times until the fact that I realized that I really did hate it. So like I did a Canik or Janik, whatever you want to pronounce it, but Canik, the new subcompact that came out with a couple years ago, I bought one, right? So again, one of the things you just buy, I bought one and it had like constant malfunctions, like crazy. And then in fact, like with the the slide release spring popped off all the time. And I mean, I'm sure it's just something to do with the QC of that gun or whatever. But I just hated shooting it because like it kept malfunctioning on me. Like once a mag would like not load another round in or something. And I mentioned that on our review. I was like, guys, just heads up. Like, I love this gun. Even the title says like, you know, Canic subcompact, some issues, and it is legit some issues there. But there's some guns like the Arex Delta M that came out, those 2.0s. I did an Arex video. That thing is awesome. The grip has something to be desired a little bit. I want to clean up the grip. I think it's a little bit, folks like to get so aggressive, kind of like the new M&P 2.0s that came out years ago. They're so aggressive that if you shoot mags through it all day, so you're gonna have a chewed up hand. Like it's almost too aggressive. I'm like, maybe I actually took some sandpaper to my M&P because I was like, dude, I can't keep chewing up my hand like that.
How about what's the price on that?
The Arex?
Yeah, the Arex.
Yeah, I bought that for $400. I think it's like 400 some bucks at 425 or something now. It's crazy. They're real cheap for like a Glock 19 looking thing.
So what do you think about
super thin?
What do you think about 3D guns? How long before we can just start printing this stuff at home? And
how long? No, it's now. It's like 4 weeks ago when I printed them.
Before it's like super high quality stuff. Because
that's the thing.
I mean, you can 3D print a gun and buy all the stuff for it, or do an 80% or whatever, and you're still paying almost the same as a regular. Might as well just go buy it.
3D printers, how they lay their print and how they just go around, and you know, that layering is never going to be as good probably as like a injected molded, you know, Glock lower, whatever. I mean, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be very close, and we even have like carbon fiber like filament that you can use now. And I was talking to Chad, who I don't know if you talked to Chad IV88. He's with Eric there. Yeah. I was talking to Chad about all this stuff, and they're trying to print more stuff too. And I have a printer. I have a Prusa Mini. It's just like a small little like beginner printer, and I've been like printing some things here and there, dabbling with it. But the quality, like, to waste almost like a Glock lower kit or something in there, like I'm worried it's going to crack like the first mag. Like, I don't know. I mean, they're getting better. They are. And I think the quality of the filament combined with the quality of the machine and how it heats the filament and goes around to make the mold, I think it's going to improve. ARs, I think, have a ways to go. But there's some sweet like Scorpion mods, and you can like print a whole Scorpion lower and stuff now.
Yeah, I've seen some really cool stuff, but I think, man, maybe 5 more years, then it'll be so commonplace.
Yeah.
It's gonna get weird.
You know what's getting big, and I know a few folks who have these, is home mini CNC machines too. If you can, once people start getting more into CNC, you can make whatever the hell you want. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, that would be nuts.
Yeah, mill out your own stuff, mill whatever you want. Yeah. So I mean, it's just, I mean, but obviously, like what we're talking about, I mean, there's no laws against it. I mean, it's all, I remember Mike, Mr. Gunsinger, did a whole video about like 3D printing, and he was like, dude, like, it's legal. Like, you can build this stuff as long as you're not planning to like make a business out of it without like doing the proper paperwork and everything.
Yeah. Texas were very excited for the whole suppressor thing, September.
Yeah. So what's the deal with that?
First? Well,
no tax stamp, or
it's signed, but it has to go get approved by a federal judge, I believe. Someone in the comments will correct me because I don't know. So it's signed, it's ready to go. All they have to do is have a federal judge stamp approval on it. So,
okay. So no tax stamps? What's the deal with that?
As long as it's made in Texas and stays in Texas, you don't need any. You can just buy it and keep it. No tax stamp. And
how do you get it? Do you have to pass a background check, or I don't know the details, but that's crazy.
Buy it over the counter.
That's awesome. That suppressors are accessories. They've always been. Like, I don't see why. I mean, I know the history behind why, and that's why they're trying to pass it. They're like, well, there's some shady history behind why they passed this $200 stamps when it was unaffordable back then. But same with SBRs and everything. I mean, it's a mess.
Look right there and say hi. Okay, now go to bed. I love you. Bye. She just wanted to come be on camera. Oh, that's in your future, buddy.
Yeah, there you go.
The little girls are way different than little boys. Let me tell you. You can tell your son no. You're not. It's tougher. It's tougher with a girl. Yeah. And then the stuff you're gonna let slide, crazy.
Yeah.
So
cool.
So yeah, so I'm gonna do this every Thursday. I'm gonna do live streams. You're the first one on the regular schedule. So next I have Hank Strange.
Wow.
So I have Hank Strange next week, and then after that
Good.
I got Mr. Big Kid coming on.
Mr. Big Kid Steve. All right.
So I got Hank
good dude.
Strange, Mr. Big Kid, and after that, I think I'm gonna have the firearms guy, which I really like. Dan, he's such a cool guy. He's like a vet in the industry. He called me today and gave me some critiques on my Ruger Max video that I really appreciated. And he goes, "You want some constructive criticism?" I go, "I would love some," and he gave it to me. So a lot of food for thought, because I don't have anybody to bounce these ideas off of. Once I do a video, I'm like, I guess it's pretty good. Let me send it out there and see what they say.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, that honestly, like I was talking to a bunch of YouTubers and stuff down at the range days and all that, and it's the same thing. Like they're like, we'll just try new things. They're like, you never know what's going to hit, what's going to appeal to the audience. Plus, YouTube now has become like, you have to treat it as fun because it's such a new level of production quality nowadays. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like when I did my video before, I was like, here's a red dot on my kitchen table with a flashlight. It's funny. Nowadays, it's like, well, you got to have a $10,000 camera and all this. You don't really have to, but it's just like, some people go above and beyond for the entertainment quality. But if you put out good quality, like, informational content, that's good as you're going to get for that.
Yeah. Like that's the one thing I talked about Hickok with is, editing and stuff. He goes, I don't do any of that stuff. We tried it once, but nah. It's
a lot. That's most of the work right there, is trying to piece it together and make it exciting.
Editing.
But if you got good quality stuff, in fact, I was thinking of doing like some one takes, like for the SKS, for example. I was thinking like maybe I'll do a one take on it. That could be something I want to do where I like literally just like load up, 10 mags or 10 stripper clips, right? And just run it and talk about what I feel about it, how's it running, and just do like a quick little 10-minute video.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would look forward to that.
Yeah. Then you get the reel behind it too, because a lot of the edits, like I get the quick cuts, but I see people editing videos and like every 5 seconds they have a quick cut, and I'm like, I get it, like you flub your words or whatever, and it is like, it's almost like an acting kind of thing, right? You do have to kind of act in some of these videos and like know what you're going to say and talk and think about like the screen, what is it, how the whole thing goes together, all the storyboard.
I don't ever storyboard or do scripts.
I know.
I should.
A lot of people do, but it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, I should. Or there's a lot of reviewers that wear like the really dark shades, so you can't see their eyes. Then all of a sudden, they just know all the features because they're reading it. But you can't. No, there's a lot of tricks. What did I hear today? The best shooters on the internet are the best editors.
Yeah. What was there's a video,
best gun tubers are the best editors.
Yeah, there was a video someone posted, and someone's like shooting their handgun, and like you hear ping, 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 and then he turns the camera, and some guy's hitting the steel plate with a hammer.
Yeah,
ping,
I've seen that. I've seen that.
That's every YouTuber, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like I never miss now.
Yeah, no, I'll never miss with Jerry behind the camera.
Right. Actually, hold on. As far as the suppressors, Michael, I don't think, unless that filter is made in Texas, that's still illegal. So it has to be physically made in Texas with Texas parts, not sold in Texas.
Well, I'll show you. I got Colton just showed up in the room, probably getting ready for bed here.
Why do you have?
What do I have?
The cars.
You want to see people? Yeah. Look, this is celebrity Colton here.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, you want to say hi? No, he says no.
I'm in sales. I get rejection a lot.
Yeah, no, yeah. What about this new fancy thing? Nah, man.
Does he play Minecraft yet?
You play Minecraft yet? You want to see this cool Glock thing we got? Talk about swag. We got a little. I have these things, like random things laying around. This little Glock from SHOT Show.
Oh, they had those at the IV-88 too.
Yeah. They also have this one's kind of cool. A little Spyderco pin.
Oh, that's very cool.
AirPods. Yeah. We got what is this little Bowser? Little Bowser car you brought in there. Yeah. Oh, here you go. Talking about the first IV-88, or is this? Yeah, Range Day was casino themed.
Oh, very cool.
There. Yeah, a little casino chip there. Yeah. Does some cool stuff. But So yeah, no, it's good stuff.
Well, hey, man,
Yeah, I try to,
I guess we'll wrap it up a little bit because it's my night to do story time. So I keep hearing them going, "When's
oh yeah,
Daddy going and do story
I know
time?"
this guy should be in bed by now. What's up? What you doing?
I know it's kind of late, man. It's already 10:30. What?
I know. You want to show me a little mini AK? It's a mini AK.
Uh,
Well,
Folks,
have you
this
seen
is-
these go guns?
yeah, this is good
Yeah.
parenting here, guys. Good parenting.
Yeah, no, you got to learn to, let's see, reload. Start with the models. Let's see, reload. Oh, little round. Check racket. Make sure you're good. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, all set. All clear. All right, go clear the house.
Hey, that's awesome, man. Wait till
He's,
you're
you know, at 5, I'm going to probably get him his first little 22, or get him, or like let him use one of my 22s or something. But the wife said not till 5, so that's the magic age apparently.
Yeah. Oh, check it out, buddy. Can you get up here? You're too big. He's too big to step up here now. Yeah, you got to stand up.
You want to see his little buddy? Look,
I'm going to bed.
Who's going to bed? You gotta
this guy should have been in bed. What are you doing?
Bro. All right, go to bed. I love you. Get out of here.
Okay. Right, Daddy, I love you.
I love you, bud.
That Yoshi's kind of put this there, please.
That's true. You want to go find it?
But you
All right, dude. Yeah, it's been good though. Always trying to get about a video a weekend, so still that's the plan. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get that
Here you go.
guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the stuff you're gonna let your daughter get away with. Get
I
ready.
know. I keep hearing that. I guess it's true. Yoshi, I don't know. Go find it.
It is very true.
Yeah.
It's bananas. Well, hey man, we got to do this again. And once I get my French drain put in, I'll send you an update. I'm not like I didn't
No, do
know
a
my,
live stream while you do it. Set it up. I'll help you out. Tell you where to dig. I'll just have my drink and I'll tell you what to do. And
I had no idea how bad my backyard was until it started disappearing.
yeah,
It's
no,
like,
that sounds. You know, Texas. I mean, you guys get hammered sometimes. Like, and a lot. Like I remember Houston had like the little marks on the highway. Like they're
Yeah.
like, this is where the water was. I was like, oh my god.
Well, it's crazy when it flooded down here. All of downtown was underwater, so all those freeway overpasses, the water was all the way to the top. It was nuts.
Yeah, no, I've seen it before. Yeah, because you have like I guess underpass you'd call it, like the main roads, and then you'd have like the highway stacked up, right? So then the lower one always flooded.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. That was our first couple weeks here. Hurricanes.
Yeah, no, it'll get you. Plus, it's all concrete. I mean, it's a city, so what are you doing? What is that?
Hey, can you hear me?
He cannot. No,
Oh,
he's just hiding away.
well, hey
so
man,
funny.
thank you so much for coming on. We're gonna probably wrap it up, but you got to come on in a couple. We'll do this again in a few, maybe like a month or two.
Yeah, no,
And
definitely.
then if you come down for the NRA show, I got the best steak places in house. You know, in Houston, that's gonna be a nuts event. It's gonna be so much fun. The NRA show, not a big NRA fan, but the show ought to be amazing. The show's
I
gonna
actually
be
had to
amazing.
figure out how to get in because I was like, I'm not the biggest NRA fan, but I guess I'll figure a way to get in there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast.
There's a place, Taste of Texas. You been there?
That's my spot.
Hey! I used to work in the office building, like right next to there. Like went to the studio, movie grill, and all that.
That Taste of Texas, that's my spot. That's where I take
That's the place
everybody.
to go. Yeah,
That's where I
no, dude,
get
I'd go again. Let's go. It's been years.
I get the tomahawk steak. Oh,
Yep.
it's so
Pick your
good.
own. Oh,
Yeah.
nothing better. Nothing
Yeah.
better.
I just don't like paying for it, but I love to eat it.
Yeah, it's pricey, but for what you get, it's a great time.
Yeah, guy, everyone in the chat, please make sure you subscribe to the Gear
Know-How. Yeah, thanks, guys.
There's his link. Please subscribe. Always appreciated. We need to do more cooking videos though.
Yeah, Steve, Mr. Big Kid there, he does a lot of grilling. He's been doing pretty good with those. I mean, I grill a lot too, so I don't know.
I think he's
was
going to
thinking about
start
getting
a separate
something.
channel just for food.
I know that's a lot of work though. That's a
Yeah.
whole separate thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
it makes sense, but yeah. I don't
Cool.
know. Food is good. We grill a lot. We especially with everything going on last year or so. It's just been a pain to go to restaurants and stuff. So we always we grill or get takeout, whatever. Sometimes.
Yeah, I think, but at least in my industry, if you go on LinkedIn, everyone's so tired of these phone. What was the saying today? It's 2020 was so last year. I mean, you just miss giving someone a handshake and meeting real people. It's crazy.
Dude, I felt almost like it was wrong the first time I gave someone the handshake. It was so funny. Like a few months ago, I remember handshaking someone. I was like, oh man, is this right? Are we supposed to do this still?
Oh, and then you do the handshake, fist bump, elbow because you don't know which one they're going for. You're like, Anyway. All right, man. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me.
It was a blast. Hopefully I got you some subscribers, and we'll do this again. And man, tell the folks what you got coming out next. What's your next video? Because I'm curious too. This is for me.
Well, so actually I have a video that's been 2 years in the works. It's actually from a company called Click Belts, and they make duty level dog collars. So I threw one up. They sent me one 2 years ago. I threw one on my dog. I just kept it on there, and she's been beating the crap out of it. And it's a Cobra buckle. So it's we used to go through dog collars all the time, and you guys will see in the review, the thing holds up. It's a Cobra military style buckle, and it's a dog collar. Yeah,
2 years, man. That's a long review. That guy's probably
no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, they sent it to me, and I did a belt review and everything. So I was like, so that's one that I really want to get done. I'm going to do that Enfield review. I need to do that. I do want to talk. I have a couple of funny ideas with that one. So you'll have a good entertaining video with the Enfield, because you don't see too many Enfields being shot too much. And the 303 round itself is rare. So I bought a bunch before the pandemic, a ton. So I can blast away quite a bit. It's going to be fun.
And make sure you get the right outfit for that review.
I've been looking at helmets, little Doughboy helmets.
You should. You have
I don't know if I can beat, I feel bad that I can't beat Grand Thumb's quality. Have you seen his stuff for his World War II stuff? He went all out.
Yeah.
His intros, dude.
His
man, I was
production value was nuts. I'm like,
absolutely crazy. Movie quality. I was like, I can't do this.
Someone's paying a lot of money for that.
Yeah.
That's not cheap.
Him.
Yeah, his editor, he has to have an editor on staff. I mean, he's at that level where he doesn't edit his own stuff. He can't.
Yeah. No, I think he hired his buddy, who's I think his cameraman and editor for a long time. He hired him full time. So,
That's
he's taking off. So, I got some good stuff in the works. So, stay tuned. Definitely subscribe.
Nice.
I'm always active on Instagram and all that too, and I have a Facebook page. Facebook is real throttled nowadays with everything going on, but I do have a Facebook page. Post a bunch of deals and things like that. Gear know-how.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you guys all for hanging out with us. Again, I'm going to paste it. Please go subscribe to his channel. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for